American Black Men and Afro-Brazilians are loving each other.
Today, it's a special day because it's gonna be my first time interviewing someone, but actually not one, but two.
She is a girl from Rio. He is a suave gentleman from the States. I'm excited to introduce you guys one of my favorite couples, Jade and Keith. I became curious to learn more about their love story. How did they manage to make it work despite the distance? Let's find out right now.
And I'm so excited and a little bit nervous, but let's see how it will go. So, tudo bom?
Tudo bem, você?
Tudo ótimo. Você fala português?
Mais ou menos. Eu estou aprendendo. Prazer, amiga.
Muito prazer. How everything started. Tell us this.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Well, we met back in 2018 at the airport in Rio. I'm from Rio.
And I was on a day trip with my friends. So we basically took a red-eye flight and partied all day long, did everything we could do in one day, and then went right back out that same night. And as I was walking through the airport, I saw my baby. I was like, she kind of fine.
So, Jade, so you worked at the airport.
Yeah. No, I was there just minding my business.
Okay.
I was walking through the airport, because I went there to actually talk to someone else at a time. So, but that person works at the airport, my ex, and we broke up. So, yeah, we broke up there, and I was walking
Oh my God.
through the airport. I didn't know how you would want to tell.
Well, you didn't let me either.
Oh.
Look, now she got like one of the juiciest parts of the story, like already.
Oh my. Okay, no, go ahead. You tell her.
So
He's a better storyteller, so that's why I was like, hi.
Okay, just so to clarify, so you broke up with your ex that day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I was okay, let me go through the airport, let me walk, because I was upset.
Okay, now your turn, your side of the story, please.
So yes, going through the airport, I saw my baby, and I thought she was good looking. Full disclosure, I was running late for a flight, so I was actually trying to hurry up and get there. And so when I saw her, I was like, she's good looking. We made eye contact, we smiled at each other, kind of nodded at each other. But in my mind, I'm like, I gotta go. I got a flight to catch, So I kept going. I looked back and I was like, okay, it's not bad. But I was like, nah, I gotta go. There's plenty of women out here. You'll see somebody else. Yeah, so I saw her and I looked back and I was like, I gotta keep going. So as I was walking a little bit more, it kind of hit me and I was like, man, she was really good looking. She seemed approachable. She smiled at you. She seemed nice. Like, you'll never see her again if you don't say anything. So I actually ran back through the airport and caught up to her. Introduced myself, shot my shot. She shot me down, but
I didn't shut him down.
You shot me down. We ended up being friends for like 2.5 years, just under 2.5 years before we actually started dating. But that is how we met, and we were friends for a while, like staying in touch with each other and communication also.
Okay, this is something that got my attention. So you guys were friends before initiated a relationship.
Yeah, 2.5 years basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, I think this is so important and it happening with you guys. And then, okay, so when you guys figured out that it was something else and not just a friendship?
Well, actually right in the beginning, because I broke up with my ex, so we started talking, we started getting to know each other better. But after some time, like maybe 2 months after we met, or 1.5 months, I don't remember, I got back on my previous relationship. So I said, well, that's the situation. And he was like, okay, but can we still be friends? I said, if you respect me. He said, I will, and he did. So we were friends all that time, but we were interested in each other, but we just really respected the relationship I was in and the bond that we had. We didn't want to, lose a friendship we had. So that's why we remained friends for so long.
Oh, and Jadi, how did you learn English?
At school, like I started learning English when I was young, when I was probably like 5 or 6 at school. But then I went to an English course when I was 15. And I work with tourism, so I was always, talking to other people and everything. So that's how I learned.
Perfect, perfect. And how did you learn Portuguese? It was talking to her, right? Or it was previously that?
I went for the very first time. I went with my friends, and yeah, we had so much fun out there. And one of my friends is fluent in like 6 languages, and it just came so easy to him to speak Portuguese. And I was like, yeah, man, I got to learn this. I got to get rid of him. so, so when I go back, I can just speak on my own. I don't have to use him or rely on him. So when I went back, I downloaded Duolingo and I started learning from there.
But like the first time that he went to to Brazil, it was when he met me. So that was the time at the airport. It was the very first time.
Oh my God. So it's an airport love story. Once you came to Brazil, you were already like looking for something that trip.
No, I really was there just to have fun, just to experience more. When I first started as a flight attendant, I did not travel very much for like the first 2.5 years. So by this time, so that took me to like 2016, 2017, pretty much. So by 2018, in the beginning, when I met her, I had just kind of started, traveling more with my friends. And that was like maybe the 3rd or 4th trip I had done with them. Shout out to my boys, Dub Nation, my brothers. We were just, they were just showing me like how to travel and just how to like break free and how to live, And Brazil was one of those places, and fortunately it led me to my queen and my baby. So I'm grateful for that trip. But yeah, I wasn't there with any intentions on, anything specific. I was really open, really, free, and just really want to have a good time.
And you always coming to Brazil in this case. So Jadi, you didn't have a tourist visa by the time, and none of that.
I did, but but that's the thing. My tourist visa was going to expire on 2021, right?
Yeah, October 2021.
2021. And before that, I just couldn't come because, like with COVID and everything was all shut down. And then when they reopened, I think it was like July 2021 or August, I don't remember. But I had to go to a third country before coming straight to the US. I couldn't come straight. Any Brazilians couldn't come straight to the US. So we even thought about that, but my visa was about to expire already. It was going to expire in a few months. So we were like, is it worthy? Because they could like literally deny me getting into the US because my visa was less than 6 months to expire. So we thought about like what would be best for us to do, to renew the visa, the tourist visa, or start a K1. And everything made more sense just start a K1 because we were already engaged by the time. We got engaged May 2021. So we were like, let's just, start a K1 visa process and get it going. And it took us 2 years pretty much. But because of his flight benefits, we didn't know. We thought it was going to take 1 year. So we was like, oh, it's cool. Like you can fly, in and come to see me. But it was way longer than we planned. But still we made it work because my baby did so much for us during this time. Like just going out there every month, sometimes 3 times a month. And I know it was tough, but
yeah, that's what I'm talking
and she
about.
still found a way to get mad at me.
No, just sometimes I get mad. Just sometimes.
That's what I'm talking about. This energy, like you guys really wanting to make that work. No excuse. You guys never had thought about trying to get married first in Brazil? It was not an option.
No.
We thought about the idea, but it didn't match up well enough with our actual relationship. Like so any documentation we would have had to present wasn't like true to what our actual relationship was. So it didn't make sense. Like we would have had to prove that we had a life together in Brazil, and we didn't. So we didn't want to mess around in any way. We wanted to do like what we're supposed to do as far as
because like if we'd done that, we would have to try the different type of visa that we did. We did the K1, and if we got married in Brazil, it would have to be the CR1. And then like it's more like if the both parts live together, because he works here, so he couldn't just move and just drop everything. So we're like, no, let's do the K1, it's better for us. And we are going to live in the US anyway, so just let's do it. And I would move here, we would get married and just live here.
So you said that it was like a 2 years process, a little bit longer.
Yeah, like 2 years since we got engaged, basically. The process itself took a little less than 2 years, but I don't know
like
exactly.
20 months, I think.
Yeah, like 20 months, because we sent the documentation in August 2021, and my interview was May 2023.
Guerreira.
Olha, foi difícil. But we were like, no, we got this, because since we started dating, we already knew what we wanted. We already kind of like, okay, like we know where this is heading to, and when it came to 6 months together, we were like, okay, we're getting married. Is that what we want? Yes. We both like knew that we wanted to take it to the next level. So it was not like, oh, should we get married or not? Well, no, we talked about it. We thought like that was going to be better for us. So that's what we did.
So after you land in America, how long it took for you guys to start the process? It's 90 days, right?
It took us, yeah, like
90
days. Yeah. Since I got in, they told me like, oh, you have 90 days. You have 90 days to get married. So I got here on May 27th. And we got married in June 23rd. I struggle sometimes with the numbers, like 23rd. It's not like it's June 23 de junho, it's like June 23rd. So that's why I have to put it together. Yeah. So it was almost like a month. But we planned like this because we wanted to have time to, gather the documentation we needed, go to the courthouse, ask whatever, and see how we would do it. Also, he wanted us to go to see his family, the part of the family that I didn't know at the time. Like his dad, I didn't know him like in person yet, and some other friends before we get married. Like, you wanted to get married to somebody that other people know, right?
Yeah, for sure. I wanted her to I didn't want my family even to, have that experience of just meeting my wife, like after the fact. Like I wanted them to, have the opportunity to meet her ahead of time, and kind of do what I, in my mind, felt was like the proper way, So there, with respect to her and respect to my family, so that was the fine.
And Jade, how was for you like the impact of being actually in the States and knowing like that now you're gonna live with it there? Like, is there anything so far that has been a little bit hard for you to adapt?
Well, I had some tough days. Everything is new. So basically, you just land in a whole new place. People speaking a different language. Even though I speak English, there's a lot of things that I don't know, like slangs and, people with different accents and everything. So sometimes I felt like I'm not really understanding what they're saying. You just get lost with the jokes. You don't get the jokes because there's a cultural barrier. So it was like, in the first moment, it was a little scary, not gonna lie. The very first day I got here, I cried a lot. I got in the house, We had some coffee and everything, and he was super excited. He said, "Oh, baby, and I put this here for you, and I put this here for you, and where do you want this?" And I just felt like overwhelmed. I was like, I don't know anything, like where's this stuff, and now I live here. And we went outside, and I was like, I don't know how to ask for like the right amount of cheese, for example. Like how am I supposed to, like, give me 10 slices, because I don't know like the weight. It's pounds, and in Brazil we measure by kilograms. So I was just feeling so lost and overwhelmed. And yeah, it was hard. And when it was getting close to the wedding day, it hit me even harder, because I felt like, oh my gosh, like so much. I'm getting married and my family is not here. It was just a lot in my mind. But now that I've been here for 2 months, I'm just feeling more confident to, do things by myself and talk to people other than him. And just like feeling more comfortable. Like, yeah, now I feel like it's home too, like, okay, I'm home. Like, I'm getting used to my environment and my surroundings.
Oh, but like, I look at you guys look so good together. Keith looks like he's a lovely husband for you and a good husband for you. And I'm pretty sure Jadi is a great wife for you too.
Full disclosure. once
I did.
once I like after like the third country that I went to, I was like, yeah, that's it. My future wife will be from another country without question. Like, and I was very strong on that. I didn't know which country, but knew.
He was like somewhere. Like, it was a possibility, but I never thought I would do it. Also, because being 100% honest, I had a bad image of that.
Really?
Kinda, because I work with tourism, right? And a lot of times I just heard like, oh, why don't you just find somebody, to get married and move away or whatever. And, in Brazil we have this stereotype. I am the stereotype of just like black exploitation, whatever. So I kind of avoided, like I met a lot of people from different countries because of my job and everything. And also just like, parties and all. Rio is a very touristic place. But I never wanted to engage a relationship with anyone, any foreigner, and I met him. Started dating and then I'm married. So
wow, it meant to
changed
be
my
them.
perspective.
Like, that's uh-huh. And do you guys have any type of advice of whoever is in the same process that you guys went through?
Stay strong, because it's going to be hard as far as time, distance. If that's the person that you love, just stick with it and wait that things are gonna get easier. Like, there's a lot cultural difference and everything, but things will get easier. Just keep like trying your best together. That's my advice.
Yeah, no, I agree, and to add to that, I definitely would say communicate. Like, that's gonna be one of the biggest tools you'll have at your dispense, is like learning to communicate with each other, making sure you're in communication with each other, and expressing yourself,
And also listening.
Yeah,
Listening, because I had to work on that, because I knew how to say whatever I was.
She can say.
Yeah, I can say. I can talk. But like listening and
she be
acknowledging.
Like, I gotta say it.
But like listening and acknowledging is very important, because you can only understand the other when you listen. Go ahead.
I think I'm done, baby. I think you said it all for me. To conclude and to wrap it all up, I think, like I said, communication is very key. Staying patient. It's a long, grueling process. When they come, get through that day. Like, focus on getting through that one day, and not like the whole thing. Just get through those tough moments,
Right. A message to a black man who is trying to find their qualities.
Yes. Wow, that is a good one. Message to the black man who's trying to find his queen. I would say, know what you're looking for. Know what it is that you want. And know how to treat it treat her when you find her. You know, 'cause we can find somebody, we can see somebody and mess it up or fumble it. You know, but knowing, I know for me, knowing what I wanted, and most importantly, knowing what I did not want, helped me see things more clearly. And then just over time, all the stuff that I had already been through and gone through helped me to know how to make her feel good or treat her when I got to her, because I'd messed up before. So yeah, that would be my message. Live on, brothers. Yeah, I want to say personally that I think you're a great interviewer. I think you ask amazing questions.
That's true. I really like.
Sincerely.
Thank you.
Like I'm really satisfied, like just by the types of questions and just your whole like being, your whole
Thank you
existence,
very
like with this whole thing. Yeah.
Thank you. I am so nervous. I was thinking so much about what type of questions. So I'm here like, oh my God, please help me. Don't let me do nothing stupid. Say nothing stupid. This is my first time interviewing actually in recording. So, imagina.
Pronto. Vai.
So thank you for taking time to talk to me, showing a little bit of your love story.
Welcome.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
My pleasure anytime. Thank you.